Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on my 2005 GMC Yukon. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And this one I know is a cheap one. It's rough looking, and yeah, so I know it's going to be cheap. It's not going to be a perfect car by any means, but we'll take a look at what we've got. And you know, if you're just looking for a cheap four-wheel drive, then you know this might be the trick. If you're looking for something nice and fancy and pretty and all of that, this is not for you. So I did just put gas in it. I drove it down to Casey's, and that far it seems to drive good. So anything else beyond that, I don't have any idea, and we're gonna find out. Okay, here we go. All right, 2005 GMC Yukon. So the Yukon is not the long one. I don't think this one, it should have third row, but I don't think it has the seats in it. So you've got extra room in the back, but you don't have the extra seats. So it's, like I said, it's rough looking. From this side, you've got a considerable amount of rust. Over here, you've got rust on the rockers, and then the auction said it has a rusty frame. I will get underneath there and I will see what I see. That doesn't even scare me anymore because they put, that's just the way that sellers cover their butts. They will put a rusty frame for, you know, excessively rusty rockers or for anything. They just are trying to cover their butt because that's the kind of world we're in, where you got to cover your butt. So these tires are probably about 35% would be my guess. These tires are about the same. And one thing I noticed, this also has high miles, but I noticed that the oil changes current, which is a good thing because that means that it was taken care of. It's just when someone takes care of a car, it changes everything. Okay, so just what I see underneath on this side, those rockers, they are gone, not gonna lie. But let's see what we've actually got on the frame. You see right here, this toe point is a little rusty, but I think it's surface rust. It's solid. Other than that, I don't see anything on this side. Again, we encourage everybody, especially, I mean, we encourage you to look at the vehicles yourselves. These test drives are not meant to be an all-encompassing thing. But also, especially when it has a rusty frame, we encourage you to get underneath it and see if it's something you can handle for you, because everybody is different. So back end, you can see it's been hit somewhere on the bumper. I don't know. I'm sure that can be straightened out with, you know, a heavy-duty truck and you pull it. I don't know. But well, this one has a drive shaft in the back, so this might be the one that is four-wheel drive, but only drives, it doesn't drive in two-wheel drive. And Matt said, he said the U-joint was busted. I don't know which U-joint, but he said the U-joint was busted, so I'm guessing that if you replace the U-joint, you can have four-wheel drive again, or you can have a two-wheel drive again. For right now, it's just a four-wheel drive, but you can see that the third seat is missing, which is fine if you don't need the third seat. It gives you extra room. So I thought my drive shaft one was my other one, but it's not. It's this one because the drive shaft is in the back. Another thing I noticed with this one, and I don't know what it is. This seat does not want to stay back. I don't know why. I don't know if it's supposed to catch something and it's not. So like I said, this is a cheap one. It's going to take a little bit of fixing. That is probably not a big deal. Like, there's probably some catch that's not catching. Or worst case scenario, you put a dumb ratchet strap on there and you keep it permanently back. Or maybe you don't need all that room. Maybe you have like 7 dogs and you just need room for your dogs. And then you take out the dumb seats altogether. That's the cool thing, is you can do whatever you want with it. But anyways, back to condition of the car. Here, obviously you've got some body damage on this side. You know, it was hit. It's got rusty whatever. It's got duct tape on there. We've got rust down here on the rockers again. I'm gonna get back under and see if I see anything on this frame rail that looks concerning. And I don't. So my guess is that the sellers said frame rust because of the rockers and because of that other side that I showed you. Again, this seat is pretty torn up. Put a seat cover on it, get a new seat. The cool thing about Chevys, GMCs, whatever, these things are a dime a dozen. So you can probably find some Chevy truck, GMC Yukon or something, with a bad transmission. All right, I just pushed something on my car, but so you can probably pick up something and replace those seats and then still have a parts truck, or you can pick up those seats for, you know, a couple $100 at a salvage yard, or you can just not care about it and drive it around. From the front end, you know what, hey, this looks like a really pretty decent vehicle. No cracked windshield, no damage on the front. So hey, we got one side out of the 4 that looks good. Here's the motor. It did start right up. This should be the 5.3, which if you know much about me, 5.3s are excellent vehicles. They're ones that I typically just get in and go because they are so awesome that I don't really worry much about it. All right, here we go. Okay, inside we got more cosmetic stuff. We got this. It's kind of loose. We've got, let's see, the ceiling is kind of yucky. This is not, like I said, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not trying to make this look like a perfectly awesome vehicle. I'm telling you what it is. We've got an airbag light. We've got an ABS light. Check tire pressure light, which I noticed some of the tires might have been a little bit low. So that's possible. Other than that, the gauges look all right. And I've been driving it for 15 minutes now. So if it was going to overheat, it would overheat. There's no check engine lights that I can tell. Like I said, the oil change is current. It's not due till 284. When you have a car like this that's got a current oil change, that means someone's taking care of it. People don't take care of crap. So it probably just runs good and it's just rough. So we've got, oh, hold on, that's the tuning. We've got the radio works. I've got the heat on. Let's see. I'm kind of guessing I don't have a blower motor because I've got my fan all the way up. Let's see, mode. My guess is the blower motor doesn't work because there's nothing blowing out. Okay, that pretty much explains that. Air conditioning, it appears to be like the lights coming on and the lights not flashing, so I don't think it's low on Freon. But again, we don't have a blower motor, so I don't know if it works or not. Windows. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. And rear driver's side window works. We also have heated seats over here, which they don't seem to work. Well, no. Okay, so that one works. Looks like the back works, but the bottom may not work. Again, just it is what it is. It's going to be a cheap car. So now let's go drive it and find out the really important part, because at the end of the day, who cares what your car looks like as long as it drives well. So we're going to find out how it drives. And it's going to tell me to buckle my seatbelt. I'm sure it's going to ding at me and all of that stuff. And so as you notice, it is in 4-wheel drive over here. The auction said it will drive in 4-wheel drive, but it doesn't drive in 2-wheel drive. And again, that's because of the drive shaft. So you put that U-joint back in the drive shaft, and I assume that you'll have a fully functional 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive vehicle. Driving pretty well going up this hill. I don't hear any suspension noise. check. Left turn signal works. Right turn signal. Right turn signal blinks pretty fast. I'm gonna check that one out and find out what we've got going on. Let me figure out where my cruise is. And my cruise, it works. You can see, I don't know if you can see over on the left, there's a cruise light, and we're cruising right about 50 something. And sometimes you'll see those LED lights, you know, on the radio and stuff kind of flashing. That's not something that happens in the car, that's just something that happens on the camera. Whatever the interaction is between, you know, the camera and the LEDs. Brakes are good and solid, no grinding or vibration. Windshield wipers work. Let's see if we can turn on our fluid. Windshield wiper fluid works. So I have a nice clean windshield. Alright, so I think that's it. I do need to check that turn signal. I don't think so. It's going to be something on the turn signal that's not functional, whether it's the back one or the front one. I know that back one was taped up, and so I kind of lean towards that, but we will find out, and I will put it in the description, and just kind of watch the video, read my description, kind of see where we're at, and then if you still have questions, give me a call or text me, and I will see what other questions I can answer for you guys. Thanks.